This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, Chandran and Priya, and today I'm using the new system, okay, because of some audio issues and networking issues. So the software also installed already, the Python software and VS Code in this new system. Okay, I hope there is no any issues with audio and internet connection. Okay, so can you see my screen, all of you? Okay, so today we are going to learn that is Python operators. Okay, so we have different operators to execute some Python operators and some executing some code. Okay, so in every code we are going to write some logic and executing on Python to perform some task. Okay, so let me open that first one, VS Code and Python. VS Code. Okay, let's say install new right? Very nice. Okay, let me open from the start button because I didn't add all the icons on the taskbar. Let's type here. What is that? VS Code, the first one. Okay, when installing the new application, this is the first view, that is UI, Visual Studio Code, and editing evolve. Let's okay, so this is completely new in the my new system, the VS Code installed just now. Okay, let me create one file here. So this is completely from the beginning. So installing the new application and creating the file with the Python extension. Okay, and writing some code, Python code extensions. Okay, so first let me create one file with the Python extension. So let's say here, let some example. Let me save this on desktop. I'm going to create one new folder in the system. Python class, I will say the Python class. So inside my directory, I'm going to say Python operators. Just you can say you can select the Python extension from the drop down. Python extension. Yeah, here it is. Okay, just save in the right directory. Okay, so this directory I'm going to use every day so that all the location paths, everything will be correct. Okay, so I'm going to open this folder from the open folder menu. Okay, just go to the file menu and just select the open folder. Okay, it will come some pop-up. Go to the desktop and open the Python class. So in this Python class, we have all the files related to Python class. Okay, all script files, images, any other media files, everything we are going to store in this folder. Okay, because we are going to access this folder about the Python operators. Okay, any images, icons, any other media files, everything we are going to keep inside the Python class folder. Okay, so just select the Python folder and select it. See on the left side, you can see the Python class, the folder name, and the file name is Python operators.py. Okay, just select it. You can see on the right side. So here you are going to write the Python script. And if you want to see the result, you can open the internal terminal, okay, as I said in the previous class, and you can see the result. Okay, in the event terminal also you can write the code and you can execute. The interpreter will take care about taking the code and converting to the readable text, readable content. Okay, so let me write some print here. Let's say here print hello students. Okay, so let me open the internal terminal by pressing the shortcut control and backticks button. Everyone, sir, cannot see your screen. No, it's not. 6.5. Okay. Okay. So by default, we cannot run the Python code in the internal terminal. So after writing your code, had to give the shift enter, so that your VS code will understand this is the Python language. So we need to run Python interpreter. So after giving the shift enter, you can see in the terminal section. Okay, the Python interpreter is executed. In the yellow letter, you can see the user, admin, app data, local programs, Python 39. So without this command, you cannot run the Python code, because your code has to execute it in the Python interpreter. Okay, after executing your Python interpreter, you can write the code and you can run the within the terminal. Okay, now we can write your codes here after the three greater than symbols. So if you see three greater than symbols, so that means you can write your Python code. Okay, so here let's say so many example like for the mathematical operations. Let's say for example here 10 plus 10. Okay, so this is like a mathematical operation using the addition operator. So 10 plus 10 means like here like addition. So this is one operator. It's like in the arithmetic operators. Okay, like this we are going to use operators to perform so many tasks. Okay, like let's say mathematical calculations. Okay, mathematical computations. So we are going to use mathematical and computational operators. So again here the arithmetic operators and relational operators, assignment operators, logical operators. These four operators very important. Write the code and execute and you can perform any task using these operators. So arithmetical operators, you know, that is very basic things like addition, subtraction, division. Okay, like a modulus. Because these are all called arithmetic operators. And relational, like using you can say the relational and comparison. Okay, so both are the same, relational and comparison operators. I will show you one by one example in detail. Okay, and assignment operators, assignment, logical operators. These four is the very important. Okay, to write your any mathematical calculations. Okay, to check any conditions. Suppose let's say 2 is less than 3 means. Okay, so the condition will check. Once the condition true, it will print the true. If it is a false, the false message will print. So when you're going to compare or checking the condition, whether it is a true or false, we are going to use these all operators. Okay, so main thing is arithmetic, relational, assignment, and logical operators. Okay, so I will teach you one by one by giving the some detailed examples. Okay, so coming to here, the first one, arithmetic operators are. Let me list out here. Let me take one notepad. So here coming to the arithmetical operators here. So mainly arithmetical operators are like a plus symbol, first one. Okay, so here let's increase the font here. Can you see my screen with the notepad? Okay. Okay. So arithmetic operators, which I'm going to list out here. The first one is plus. So here you can say addition operator here. The second one is the minus, subtraction. The third one is multiplication using star. And fourth one is division. And fifth one is modulus. Okay, so these are main arithmetic operators. So for adding some values like numeric values or any string values also. Okay, so but coming to the string values, we are going to call concatenation operator or the plus s. So any mathematical like two values like left value, right value is the pure numeric value. So we're going to say addition operator. Coming to the strings, suppose the left operand and the right operand is the strings, so we are going to call concatenation operator, not like addition. Okay, so concatenations means here, so we are going to add together two strings. Okay, so let's say for example I need to get some full name. Okay, I'm going to create the three variables like full name, like first name and last name. Okay, when you want to say like only first name, just you can say first name. So when you want to get the full name, we're going to get concatenate both, like first name plus last name. So that value I'm going to store in the full name. When you call the full name will be print on this. So in that case, we're going to use concatenation operator using the plus symbol. Okay, the same way like subtraction. Subtraction is we're going to subtracting from the left value from the right value. Okay, and I will give you some example in the VS Code. Let me show you. Let's open the VS Code here. Okay, so coming to here, so first of all, let's say for example here about the first we need to start with the comments. So in the comment section, we are going to write more information about our code. Okay, so here first I have to start with the comment using the hash symbol. So here I'm going to write some ignoring text from your terminal. Okay, let's say here the Python operators. Okay, hash Python operators. Let's say here I'm going to use one arithmetic operator. The second comment is you can say here hash arithmetic operator, or first the starting one is like addition operator here. Okay, so these two lines the Python interpreter will ignore because we use the hash comment. Okay, and from the next line you can write the actual code, the example code. Okay, so here first I'm going to write like addition operator. Okay, let's say for example 10 plus 10. Okay, the interpreter will understand the left operand is going to adding with the right operand. Okay, so here three part is there. The first 10 is the left operand, and the plus symbol is operator, and the right one is right operand. So your value will be operand, and the plus symbol is operator. Okay, so here just you can say inline comments also about here. Let's say, for example, suppose if you want to write inline on the code, let me create one second. Suppose here 10 plus 10, and suppose if you want to write the inline comment within the line, you can say just hash here itself, and suppose you want to display the answer for the 10 plus 10, so you can say 23. Okay, so now what will print? It will print only 20. It won't print hash symbol and 20 again. Once we give the enter, you can see the 20 value. Okay, so that means the left operand is going to add with the right operand. So what is the operator? Plus. So plus means addition, right? So like this, any numeric values we can use plus operator, and we can do the addition task like. Okay, and coming to the other symbol, like plus symbol means here going to concatenate two values, like two string values. We are going to print both together in the output. Okay, so in that case, we are going to call concatenation operator, not like addition, not like a plus. So plus and addition, the total meaning is different. So concatenation is different. So here we are going to use the two different data types. So in the addition section, pure numeric values, concatenation section, pure string values. So that means both data types are different. Okay, suppose let's say here I'm going to let's say I'm going to write first name here. First name, like let's say inside the quotations. Okay, suppose I'm going to write the Python. That is my Python, the first name, and second name, or else you can say last name. Last name is equal to language. Okay, so just I created two variables, and Python is my first value, and the language is last value. Suppose when you say the first name, Python will print. When you say the last name, the language will print. So it's going to print individually, separately. Suppose I want to print one line as a Python language. Okay, so here I'm going to create one more variable that is called full name. Full name is equal. So here you can say first name plus last name. You can say it like this. First name plus means here this called concatenation operator. Okay, so we're going to concatenate both together, the left operand and right operand. Okay, so here last name, the second one. Okay, like this. When using the concatenation operator with the left first name and the last name, so that value is going to store in the full name. Now you can call the full name variable, and your result will be Python language. Okay, so let me call this full name here. Let's say here. So now I'm going to call the full name. Now it is printing the Python language. Suppose let's say I'm going to call the first name. What it will print? Only Python. Okay, at the same time, suppose if you call the last name, so it's saying some error. Can you guess it? Why it's printing the error? The name is same. The first name is given, the value is printed. But when I say the last name, it's saying some error, syntax error. Because the Python is case sensitive. So when you're creating the variable, check that the variable and what you call in the code. When you're creating the variable, in the last name, N is capital, a camel case. Okay, when you're calling the variable in the code, execution code, so it's a small. Okay, so that the interpreter will not understand because that is a different variable. Okay, so in other languages it will say undefined. The last name is undefined. Other languages. Here it's showing track back most recent call last. The file std in the line 1 in module. Name error. Name last name is not defined. Okay, so here it's saying the last name is not defined in our code because that is the first what we created, the first layer last name is different variable and this variable is different. So it will store two different variables. So you need to call the same variable name with caps and everything. Suppose if you have any other underscore, you have to call in the same way. Okay, let me call the same name like here last name with capital N. Okay, then give the enter. Printing language. Okay, so that's why. So once we created any variable, it should call the same way, the same pattern. Like it is a small, it should be small. If it is a camel case, it should be camel case. Otherwise, you will not get the output, right output. It will raise some error. Okay, so like this, we are going to use plus operator, like addition operator in two ways. So one is the completely mathematical calculations, and another one is concatenation operator. So concatenation operator, we are going to group together left and right operands, or you can say left variable and right variable. Okay, correct. That's okay. So here you can give the space. Let me call again the full name so that we will provide some space between the Python and Python language. Okay, let's say here I'm going to create the full name, and you say the full name, it will be print. But here when you creating the variable where we concatenate this, yeah, say here. Okay, so here itself you can give one empty space between the two values, either after Python within the quote mark, okay, after the Python, okay, or the last name before the L. Okay, you can provide one empty character space. Like this also you can provide. Suppose let's say here I'm going to print here. I'm going to use the print function. So from here also you can get some empty space. Here I'm going to call like a full name. I think that is like full complete one full variable, right? So from this we cannot get this. Suppose here I'm going to get full name plus so full name is Python language. Yeah, let me add the learning Python language here. One string value inside the quotation. So that is a static value, LEA or NING. Learning and space, and then plus operator here. Okay, suppose if you want to add one character space, you have to provide like this. So here, if you say like learning space and plus full name, it's going to say learning Python language. So between learning and Python language, you will see the one character space. Okay, let me print this. Print learning and full name. So here you can see learning and one character space Python language. Okay, so but after creating your Python language variables, we cannot add empty character space. So when we creating the variable, we need to provide some on character space. Why Chandana is left? What happened? Ashapriya, you can hear me right? Without breaking. Okay, okay. Because Chandana is leaving meeting and again is joining. That's what. Okay, fine. So if there is any disturbance or not able to hear audio, just text me on chat window. Okay. Okay. So like this, if you want some character space in between two names, you can add like this: learning space, and you have to close the quotation mark, so that Python interpreter will understand. So after learning, you need to provide one character space, and then the next one is concatenation operator, that is plus symbol, and then full name. So here also we are going to concatenate both the full name and learning using the concatenation operator. So that means you can concatenate with variable and some static values. So inside the quotation marks, that is static value. Okay, and the full name is, again here also we are going to concatenate two values, the like first name and last name also. Okay, like this we can use the addition operator, addition, and you can say concatenation operator also. Okay, so here the next one is subtraction. So subtraction means, all of you know, this we are going to subtract from left hand to and right value. So right value means we can say in the term operands terminology, left operand and right operand. We are going to use some operator in between these two. Okay, so here I'm going to use subtraction operator here. Again, I am going to use here the comment section. Okay, like a single line comment section. Here subtraction operator. Okay, just you can go the shift enter, and here I'm going to say like 12 minus 7. Okay, so this is called, like here you can say again, this is called inline comment. Okay, so here you can say some any hint or some any answer. Okay, so what is going to do this code? So after the comment you can write here. So here the 12 minus 7 means here the output will be 5, right? Okay, so you can write that kind of comments. Okay, so in the subtraction operator there is no any like addition operator. Just we are going to subtracting one value to another value from the left operand to right operand. Okay, so this is like subtraction operator here. Okay, and the next one is multiplication. So multiplication means here we're going to use the star symbol. So here let's say character again here hash symbol, multiplication symbol. Okay, so let's say here multiplication symbol is star. Okay, generally we are going to do multiplication with two values. So in this we are going to use the star is our multiplication operator. You want to multiply any two values, okay, you have to use star, not like cross symbol. Okay, so here I'm going to multiply with the two values here. Let's say for example 25 multiplication star symbol, and the right operand is 10. So this is multiplication example here. Okay, just give the enter, you can see the result of it. Okay, it's like in this Python language they have given like one other like exponentiation also, so that I will teach in detail in the coming classes. Okay, so in the arithmetic section operator section we can use the multiplication. Okay, so and other examples, let's say here I'm going to use I'm going to use the 2 times star. So this is called exponentiation. So it's the power of the left operand value. Okay, so let's say for example 2 exponentiation 2. So generally what is the output? Suppose if you say 2 multiplied 2 means the output will be 4, right? If you use the 2 star symbols, that is called exponentiation, you can see the result 4. No, no. It's a power of value. If you use the two star symbol. Okay, value is different. Okay, so let me check the other values. Let's say, for example, 5 exploitation, where it is star, and you can give the other value. Okay, like less than value or greater than value of the left value. Okay, let's say, for example, here I'm going to give the 4. So 5 exploitation 4. It's saying 625. Okay, so that means the right value is going the power of the left value. Okay, so like this, we are going to use the exploitation symbols. Okay, that I will teach in detail in the coming classes. Okay, so coming to this multiplication, we are going to use where it is the 25 multiply with 10. So your output is 250. Okay, so like this, the multiplication we can use here, and the next one is the divide. Okay, so divide here. Let me use hash and division. The division operator. Sir, I did not understand multiplication. Yeah, Harsha. Chandana. Yeah, sure, Chandana. So multiplication here, let's say we have two operands, like left value and the right value. Okay, it can be any value, some numeric values, like integer and any floating numbers. We can use two values, and in between this, you can use the star as a multiplication operator. Okay, so when you execute the code, that value is going to multiply one is to other. Just like I said above, addition, subtraction, like that. Multiplication star. Multiplication first, the precedence center. So like importance. So in the one line long, so suppose one line, if you are using the more than one operator, like plus, addition, or subtraction, or division, so the first is going to execute the multiplication. Okay, even we can overcome the multiplication also. Full name last name full name is equal to first name plus last name. అలా కాకుండా అందాక రాసినట్టు కమెంట్ లైన్ చేస్తారా? ఫుల్ నేమ్ ప్లస్ లాస్ట్ నేమ్ కమెంట్ చేసి ఆ లైన్ రాస్తే సేమ్ ఎలా వస్తుంది కంపల్సరీ. సో దట్ మీన్స్ when you say when you want to call the full name, so we are going to create one new variable after adding the first name and last name. కమెంట్ లైన్ చేసి 5 అని రాస్తే 5 అని ఇదే 5 అనేది 5 in this case 5 అనేది just Yeah, this is Chandana x. The 5 exponent is for is exponentation. Like we are going to use this exponent operator from the left value power of the right value. Okay, suppose here, so we're going to power of the 4 times of the 5 value. So that is the meaning. So this I will teach you in the detail in the coming classes. So this is just plain arithmetic operators. When we are teaching the data types, and I will teach in the detail. Okay. So what is the multiplication? You got it? Just say yes on chat window. Okay, fine. So here the next one is the division operator. Okay, the division operator is left operand by the right operand. Okay, and one more thing, always result the float number when using division operator. Okay, the result will be float number. Okay, so here let's say, for example, I'm going to use division operator here, like a division operator, and I'm going to write the some left operand, let's say the 5, and division I'm going to use like other some 7. Okay, 5 division 7. So just I'm giving the enter. It's going to give floating number. Okay, 0 point and other value. Okay, so let's say, for example, I'm going to give the same value, left one and the right one, like a 4 division 4. So it's even 4 division 4 also, it's going to generate float value. Okay, so like using the division operator, we're going to divide the two values, like from the left operand and right operand. Okay, and your result will be always float number, not integer. Okay, automatically when you completed your division section, automatically it will add the 0 on the right side of your value. Okay, so in this example I said the same, like a 4 division 4 means it should say like 1, but it's saying 1.0. So the above section also, the above example 5, so division 7 means like its value is 0, but after 0 also it's adding other decimal value, float value. Okay, so like this, so we are going to use the division value, and finally the output will be the floating value. Okay, and the next one is modulus. So here I'm going to use modulus operator. Now let me add the first one, hash symbol, modulus operator. Okay, so here we can say, let's say, for example, 10 modulus by 5. Okay, 10 modulus by 5 means here that is called like 0 output. Okay, let me call other value. Let's say, for example, 14 modules. Let's say, 10 by 5 10 by 5 అది డివిజన్, అది ఇది మాడ్యులస్, డివిజన్ లో వస్తుంది, కన్ఫ్యూజ్. Okay, 10 let's say 10 modulus, and here you can say some like 40, like 4. Okay, so this 2. Okay, so like this we are going to use the modulus operator. We are going to use the modulus from the left operand, from the right operand. Okay, so like this we are going to use modulus operator. And another one is floor division. So here in the floor division section we are going to use 2 divisions. Okay, a division that result into whole number adjusted to the left in the number line. Okay, suppose when using the modulus like floor division, let's say, for example, here 12 to division, like you can say 2 slashes or 2 division operators here. Okay, so that is like a float division. Okay, let's say here I'm going to float using that float division with the 5. Okay, so let me do that. So they also the 2 value output. Okay, so like this, let me use the other values. Let's say 20 float division operator, and then the 20 means here I'm going to say let's say 2. Okay, so now your output is 10. Okay, only in the Python only we have these operators like division, float division operator, and another one is exponential operator. Okay, and other languages only we have addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulus. And in the Python we can use the float division operator and exponent operators. These additional operators in the Python. Okay, it's like here this is called like all like arithmetic operators. Okay, and let's say some. Okay, so till now we use direct values. Okay, to perform some task like addition, subtraction, division, modulus. Okay, and float division. Okay, so this is called like given the direct values. Suppose I want to reuse the same values. So what we have to do? We need to store the in some variable, in some space. So that means these are all values. We need to store some variable, and then you can call using some inbuilt function like a print method, and you can see the result. So that means what is the advantage? You can use that variable anywhere in your program. Okay, so that is what we are going to create variable and storing some value and reusing in entire the program. Even you can call like a module in other application also. Like when you say like modules, components, okay, the same components, same modules, you can use other applications. So it's called like modules, like what you can say, widgets. Okay, once you define any widgets, okay, that widgets you can use any other application. No need to write again. Okay, once you define anything like a module or any component or some widgets, so that is like a ready-made code. So that ready-made code you can use within the application, outside any other applications. So no need to write any repeated things. Suppose if you have any some specific requirement in other application, only thing you need to do some modifications according to your requirement. Okay, most of the like 70% code will be available. Only thing 30% you have to modify according to their requirement, according to application specifications and all. Okay, so that's what we are going to create the variables and storing information and using an entire application. Okay, here that we can say like reusing. So once you write any code, that should be reuse, right? So like this, we are going to create variables and storing information, and we're going to reuse. So like this, here I'm going to create some variable here. Let's say, for example, I'm going to create like some x is equal to, my value is 10, okay, and y is equal to, let's say 25. Okay, so now this, what does this mean? The 10 value is stored in the x variable and 25 value is stored in the y variable. So when you say x, your output will be 10. When you say y, your output will be 25. So when you call both, okay, so x, what is the x and y? So what will happen here? So what is the x and y means? So it's going to concatenate, it's going to addition, and it will generate new value. Okay, so here let's say in third line, I'm going to create one new variable like z. Okay, so now when you say the z, the interpreter will not understand. because we didn't understand. Okay, we didn't add any value, we didn't assign any value, so interpreter will not understand, so it will say undefined. Okay, so now I'm going to say z is equal x plus y. So here I have three variables x, y, and z. I have assigned the x value and assigned the y value, but I didn't assign the z value before. And now I say z is equal to x plus y. So here that means we can concatenate variables also using the plus symbol. And finally, the x plus y will be generate some new value, and that value I'm going to store in the z variable. Okay, so now let me call one by one here. Now if I say I'm going to call the first variable x, what it will print? What is the output of x? 10 only. Okay, that is simple logic. Suppose if you call any direct variable, whatever the assigned the value will be print. Suppose if you say z, so that value is different. Here I am going to concatenate both x and y. Okay, so that means x plus y means 10 plus 25. So if you say z, the result will be 35. So when you say individual variables, let's say again here the y variable, your output is 25. Okay, and finally I'm going to call the new variable, that is z. Okay, the third variable. Now what is the output? Okay, fine, Chandra. Okay, when you say the z, your output is 35, because in the z variable I call the two variables using the plus operator. So that is addition operator. So that means you can call the variables also using in the plus symbol. The left operand is x variable, right operand is y variable, and we have assigned some values to the x and y, and it's going to addition one from one each to other. So that means here z is equal to 10 plus 25, your value is 35. Right? So like this we can store any values, like whether it is a integer or floatings or any strings, okay, or list, dictionaries. Okay, that I will teach you in next classes. What is the list and dictionaries? What is the sets and all, and arrays? Okay, all we're going to store the different ways, all the data in a variable, and that we are going to reuse. Okay, got it? In this, any doubt? The same way how we use the addition operator, it will apply the all other operators also, like subtraction, division, multiplication, module, everything will apply. This we have to store some information, and we can call that. Oh, this Chandana. Sir, what is the difference between 1 and 2 division operator? 1 and 2. Just let me ask. No, I didn't get you, Chandana, what you're asking. What is the difference between 1 and 2 division operators? Okay. Yeah, that the first one is like a basic division operator, and the second one is we are going to use the floor division. So floor division, I will create one example. Okay, and I will teach you. That is because we are in the basic beginner level, right? So that is why I'm going to teach in the like next classes. So what is the floor division? So we need to write some logic for the division operator, floor division operator. Okay, so that it will come in the next class. Okay. So out of this, any doubt? Okay. And Priya, do you have any questions or doubts? Priya, are you there? I don't know. No. Okay, fine. Okay. So these are all arithmetic operators, and next one is, like you can say, comparison operator or relational operators also. Okay, and some people will say comparison operators, and some people will say relational operators also. So here we are going to use greater than, less than, and equal operator, not equal operator, and less than or equal to, right, greater than or equal. So these are all called comparison operators. So using this comparison operator, we are going to write some statements like conditional statements. So like by checking the less than operator, suppose the left value is less than the right value. Okay, suppose it is true, to input will be true. Suppose it's not less than or right there, it will print a false message. Like this, we are going to use comparison or relational operators. Okay, I will give you that one by one example detailing. Okay, let me just wait 2 minutes. I will come back. Okay, so here coming to the comparison operator or relational operators, any of you are going to use the mainly less than, greater than, dot operator, and equal operator. So mainly these four operators we are going to use. Suppose let's say greater than, like greater means like right arrow. So for the right greater than, we are going to use the right arrow, and for the less than operator, we're going to use the left operator, left symbol, and for the equal operator, we're going to use the double equal, and for the not operator, exclamation. Okay, so this is called the exclamation operator. Exclamation, which means like not operator. Okay, so I will give one by one, and the last one is greater than or equal, and less than or equal. So we are going to compare with the two values, like two operands from the left and right. So in between, we are going to use these two operands. Okay, so let's say here, first I'm going to give the greater than operators. Let me put some heading here using the comment. Here you can say comparison or relational operators. Okay, so here you can say, don't confuse the comparison operators and the relational operators, both are the same. Okay, so here yes, so when you say the greater than symbol, it's called greater than operator. Okay, and the next one, like less than, put the comment. So less than, the left arrow is called like a less than operator. Okay, and the third one is equal. So here somebody will get confused if you use like one operator, one equal operator. So it's called like a assignment operator. Okay, as I said above, so x is equal to 10 means, so the 10 value we are going to assign to the x variable. So if you use like one operator, one equal operator, it's always going to assign the value to the some variable. Okay, when you want to check with the two values, you need to use the two equal operators. Okay, so if you use the like two equal operators, so here you can say equal operator. There we go. Okay, and the next one is let's use as a comment, and let's say for example greater than, less than, or equal to, not equal. So you can start with the exclamation symbol. So it is exclamation. Okay, exclamation and equal operator. So here we are going to check with the not equal. So not equal means for we here in our x and y example, x is 10 and y is equal to 25. Okay, so so as per our x value and y value, okay, so here suppose if you use the not equal. Okay, so let's say for example x not equal y, so what it will say, the boolean condition, it will say true, because true, yes, true, because the x value and y value is not equal. So the both values not equal means your condition will be true, because two values different, x is 10 and y is 20. Suppose the same value, x is 10, again y also 10. So what it will say in this not equal operator, it will say false, because x value, y value is both same, but in your operator saying not equal. So that means it will be false. So like this we are going, when you want to check with the two values, when you say not equal operator, we are going to say here operator name not equal operator. Like this. Okay, so this is the fourth operator, and the next one is let's say for example greater than or equal. No, greater than and equal here. So let's say here greater than and equal. Okay, so here the next operator is greater than equal. Suppose let's say here the coming to the x and y values, so x is 10 and y is 25. As per our operator greater than or greater than or equal. Okay, so what is the output will be, if you write any some conditional statements using the if and else condition statements. Okay, that I will teach in the next classes, the conditions class. Okay, so if it is checked like a greater than and equal, so x is 10 and y is 25. So that means x is lesser value, y is greater value. So as per your operator, it will say false, right? So x value is less and y value is greater. Okay, so like this we are going to use the greater than and equal operator. Okay, suppose let's say after some mathematical calculation, it will become both values same after some mathematical calculations. So in that case, equal. Okay, so when I adding some value to the x value, suppose let's say 10 plus 15. So in that case 10 plus 15 means x value will be 25, again the y value will be 25. Okay, so in that case your condition will be true. So that's why given the greater than or equal. As for greater than operator, condition will be false. After greater than we use the equal operator after performing some task like adding some value. Okay, so sometimes it will be same both values like x and y. So in that case your condition will be equal. Okay, so that's what we are going to use greater than and equal. Okay, the next one is the last less than or equal to. Here. hash less than equal, less than or equal. Greater than similar. No, like this. Okay. The last one is the comparison section, the less than or equal. So less than or equal to means as per our x value and y value, the condition will be true because our operator is the first one is less than. So as per our x and y values, the condition will be true. So as per second operator equal, it become false, less than or equal. Okay, until some adding some values to the x. So that is the condition will be false. So like this, we are going to use less than and equal operator. Okay, so like all these, like you can say condition like comparison operators or relational operators also. Okay, so is it clear? Priya and Chandana, do you have any doubts in this? Okay, fine. Okay, tomorrow I will give you one by one example here. Okay, I will write some real-time example codes using all these comparison operators, and we will check with the results. Okay, so that you will understand about the comparison operators and relational operators. And we will go the next section on one by one. So because we are going to use the operators like arithmetic operators, the relational operator, comparison operators, logical operators, okay, to perform some task. Okay, and we are going to use the conditions also to make better decisions. So to make better decisions means here, suppose your line of code, it is like become true, it should show some welcome message. So always if it is a true, you can set some welcome message or some print some data. Okay, so suppose if it is like condition become false, we are going to show some error message or some warning message. Okay, either suppose if you you can check it anywhere, like as per condition, suppose coming to the keyboard, suppose by default the caps lock button is off, right? I'm going to click on the caps lock button. Okay, now the caps is available. So when you type here, let me type here. So now if you say caps lock, okay, now all the letters in caps because I press on the caps button. So now the caps is on. When you type anything, the caps is the letters is in caps. So that means here some decision. So decision means as per your condition, some decision happen. So once you press the caps button, so the caps button is on. So caps button is on means that condition is true. So when say condition true, your letters will be caps on that. So again, when I click on the caps button, the condition is become false because the caps button is not on. Okay, so here again the condition will be false. So now if you type, it will be small letters. So like this, suppose if you want to do any some calculations or conditional statements, making decisions, we are going to use these operators and conditional statements. Okay, using these operators and using some values like left value and right value, and we are going to use the condition like if else and else if. Okay, if else condition I will teach in the next classes. Okay, after completing this operator section. Okay, when you want to make like right decisions, we are going to use mathematical calculations, computations, and conditional statements. Okay, okay, the next section I will teach on tomorrow. So is there any doubt and questions? Priya and Chandana, we're done today. If you have any doubts and questions, just ask me. Okay, Chandana, no doubts, right? Okay, fine. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. Monday. The next class is on Monday, the same time. Okay. Okay. Bye, everybody.